when it comes to fighting games, there are so many good franchises to go with. You have Street Fighter, Tekken, Blaze Blue, Guilty Gear, Games Fighting Herd, Skullgirls, and the list goes on and on and on and on and on and on. So when it comes to Capcom in itself, it looks like, well, they want to go ahead and finally hear us out. Maybe. Let's see. So we're going to talk about this article here from Comic Book. This one is letting us know Capcom wants to make all its old fighting games available again. Again. Now, this should be interesting. Let's see what they have to say about this. Now, when it comes to fighting games, there's really no company with a record as strong as Capcom. Agreed. The publisher has a massive library of franchises, including Street Fighter, Darkstalkers, and more. Unfortunately, a lot of the company's older fighting games remain difficult to come by. However, that might be changing in the near future. In a new interview with IGN, Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection arcade classic producer Shuhei Matsumoto, I know I pretty much fucked that name up really badly. Let's continue on. Revealed that the company wants to bring all of its older fighting games to modern platforms. That should be welcome news to both longtime fans and, well, as newcomers that never got a chance to play those fighting games when they first released. That is very true. Now, you're talking about games like Power Stone, Rival Schools, Project Justice, even though they're the same game, but not really same franchise. And you're talking about games that that pretty much nailed it when it comes to classic retro feeling. And I'm with it. I'm completely 110% with it. There was talks about the Power Stone being leaked, but that was about what, years ago, 2 years ago, when that big hack from Capcom happened, and we never got the Power Stone. So I guess that was a no. And I had a feeling that maybe Capcom would want to bring back these classic games. Now you have to think about it. The times that these games came out, we, as a fighting game enthusiast, such as myself, I was born in the 1980s, so I was able to experience those games. Not a lot of people got a chance to experience the greatness that is Rival Schools and Darkstalkers. And I feel like right now would be a great time to introduce that to the newer generation, especially those. I feel like casual players can still get into it. I would have considered myself a casual player until I actually got into the game and wanted to, actually practice and run some sets with it. But I would have to say that I was a casual gamer and then upgraded myself to want to learn the game, which was Project Justice, Rival Schools, Darkstalkers, Power Stone. We had a blast playing those games back then. So for me to see this in the newer generation would be awesome. Capcom brought out their Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection arc, and I feel like they have something. I'm not gonna be mad, but why they brought back Capcom vs. SNK Chaos is beyond me. Listen, you like the game? Fine. Kudos to you. I hate it. Can't stand that game. Back to the article. We want all our classic fighting games to be available for modern consoles because we just want to be able to reach as many people who may have never had the opportunity to play these games back in the day. That is correct. It's exactly what I was just saying. So we constantly think forward, and we want to make sure that it's as accessible as possible for all audiences, said Matsumoto. I know, I'm probably butchering it. Sorry. I hate that name. Hate it. Not the individual. I just can't say it. It could be a while before we see all of Capcom's old fighting games on modern platforms, but it seems like this plan from the publisher is already underway. Before the end of 2024, Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Game Collection arcade classics will be released on PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, and Steam. The collection features 6 classic fighting games as well as 1 arcade brawler. Additionally, SNK vs. Capcom, yes, got a surprise release on Switch and PS4 last month, but it's worth noting that the game is published by SNK and not Capcom. Very true. A lot of people forget that Capcom vs. SNK 3 Chaos was published by SNK, not by Capcom in itself. Hence why it is not in a collection as the others would be, like a Marvel vs. Capcom kind of game. It's inevitable that was going to happen, but because given the success of SNK still running its fades right now, the SNK is going hard, and I love it. I completely adore the fact that SNK is still up and running. They completely have bangers, and I feel like, yes, SNK, do your thing. You know, because of the fact that we're gonna get Terry Bogard in Street Fighter 6, we're gonna get Mai Shiranui in Street Fighter 6, so it's inevitable and then we got the Mark of the Wolves series coming back out, so it's inevitable for SNK to just try to catch up, which was lost in some type of period. But if you guys have ever played the King of Fighters series, I highly recommend playing those games. But fear not, it's truly, truly not for the casual. You will get cheesed. SNK bosses are not to be played with. Just saying. And you could probably put that on level 1 easy baby mode. But I'm just saying, try it. Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection is conspicuously missing Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. That is true, which is already available on PS4 and Xbox One, but not the Switch. That's one game that Switch owners wouldn't mind seeing re-release personally. No, hold on. You're gonna tell me Switch wants Ultimate vs. Capcom 3, but we can't get Capcom vs. Nope. No. If we can't get that beautiful, gorgeous game on every other platform, you don't deserve Ultimate vs. Capcom 3. Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Sorry. Which is already available on the PS4 and Xbox, but not the Switch. That's one game that Switch owners wouldn't mind seeing re-release. Personally, I love to see the return of Tatsunoko vs. Capcom. Oh my god. Shit. I was just talking about that. Yes, that game right there. Tatsunoko vs. Capcom Ultimate All-Stars. A great fighting game that released on Wii and in arcades back in 2008. The title featured a mix of classic Capcom characters with anime favorites from Tatsunoko Productions. Of course, plenty of other Capcom fans probably have suggestions of their own, and it'll be interesting to see what comes back as a result of the initiative. And it's very true. And when it comes to Tatsunoko vs. Capcom was and still is an amazing freaking game. I do have it emulated, and luckily that's the only way I'll be able to play it on my PC. But I truly, truly, truly believe that that game should come out for every other system. Cool. I can have Ultimate vs. Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I can keep that. But the fact is, if you were to bring Tatsunoko vs. Capcom to other consoles, that game would have sold much better. The fact that you specifically made it for just that one console, Nintendo licensed it and screwed everyone else over, you just go on ahead and kill the series that way. But if anyone has not played that game, I highly recommend it, emulate it, or if you have a Wii laying around, by all means, play it. But I personally enjoyed the hell out of that game. It was everything I wanted in Marvel vs. Capcom 3. before the Ultimate Edition, or Infinite, should I say. And I truly enjoyed it. So with that being said, I feel like if Capcom is going to take the initiative to post out their classic games, I feel like they should look into that, because I feel like in a modern version of fighting games now, this Tatsunoko vs. Capcom fits perfect with that. It fits right up to everyone's alley of, holy shit, this game has combos. And it stops here. Now, the article brings up good points. Now, what would you guys like to see? Would you guys love to see Tatsunoko vs. Capcom and out to future projects? Would you like to see Rival Schools, Project Justice? Would you like to see Darkstalkers? I know a lot of people want Darkstalkers right now. Also, there is talks of Power Stone, and a lot, which is surprising to me because Power Stone wasn't really too much of a popular demand when back. Well, no, I'm not. No, I'm lying. Power Stone was pretty popular. I just don't know why it didn't catch on, but a lot of their main characters should have been in other games. I feel like they deserve the spot in Marvel vs. Capcom, or shit, even Tetsunoko vs. Capcom. A lot of those characters deserved to be in cahoots for their all-star kind of games. So what would you guys like to see? And are you guys interested and pretty happy that Capcom's considering working on these projects and releasing old classic games? Because I know I am. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of SNK versus Capcom Chaos. I am a big fan of Capcom versus SNK because those two games, 1 and 2, were phenomenal to me. They played really good and everything else was good. That's all I wanted. Arcade fighter that played smooth. And Capcom in general, like that, has games where you can actually play and have fun. So I'm excited. Hopefully they do take the initiative to actually make these games. And if they do, hey, it'll be fun to play online. Not gonna hold you. That's something I would like to play on. Even though I know there are options for PC to play online right now, like Parsec and everything else like that. But a more universal feel would be to have that without having to use Parsec or a third party network. That would be cool. But that's just my take. What are yours? I hand it off to you guys. This is the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching. And as always, like, comment, and subscribe for more content. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye. Bitchin' go.